Hi everybody! It's been approximately 2 years ago that I have bought the SiKiti from Armin Hirmer after he has reviewed it. So 9th of June in 2020 the bow has arrived, and it was not that colorful as it is today. Shortly after I have wrapped a bit of colored leather around the handle and added a few colored twines here, and so the bow looked now completely different. As well, I have made a new string, made a new string with the matching serving here, and with blue servings here on the ears. And this bow has been shot a few times. You can see it here in this areas of the string bridges, but the rest nearly looks still the same. The only thing that I have modified as well is here adding some kind of self-gluing tape around the arrow path. Coming to the measurements, you can see them here. Length knock to knock is 51 inches, strung is 43, weight 410 gram. Arrow pass is, if not mistaken, quite huge, 25 point so and so, and the bending length has 37 inches in total. So this is bending fiberglass, but nevertheless it is fiberglass, wrapped with an artificial looking birch bark, some kind of fabric or so. Nominal weight of this bow is 39 pounds at 28 inches. And 28 inches is the max draw of this bow as well. So 39, in between when I've shot the bow I've measured 36. On the rig today it was 35 at 28 inches, but if I measure with this scale, which is quite precise, it's more. So here we have at 28 inches the rubber band. So, and it is, yeah, I think it's here, 37.22, and do this again. .3736. Okay, and if I do my personal max draw directly here, is 39.2. So I draw a little longer then, although I shouldn't. So 28 should be the max draw here. Right, what else to say? The SiKiti can be shot best Slavic release, because the Scythians have been in the area where the Slavic people are living today. So I have made myself a finger protection. Mia Kosmai doesn't need it. He is quite trained on this. I'm not. So I use this kind of protection. You simply use the arrow like this. And then, if the arrow holds, just go like this. And then release. This is quite easy and very fast. So Slavic release is, I think, the most fastest form of release I know. And of course, you can draw the Turkish style or thumb release. Yeah, so this is no problem at all. What you should avoid is 3 fingers, Mediterranean style, because there is the danger of finger pinching. It doesn't always happen, but it happened to me as well. And so this is not recommended. The bow is too short for Mediterranean draw. Okay, what else? For the Sitian style, I've created a quiver set. Maybe you've seen it before with a grocer Sitian bow. So here this is the quiver, and here in the front there's a pouch for a large knife or a short sword. And here is the bow quiver. This is called gyritos. And there you can just put in. You see it's open. And just in case I would ever sit on a horse wearing this, I would have here also the opportunity to fix it with a band. Not that it would take off, but yeah, if you have a hard ride, maybe. Yeah, so this is just for securing the bow. And here we have 2 loops for the belt, and this is for the leg. And of course, the quiver can be attached to the gyritos, and then you have just one piece that you should carry around. Yeah, that's it. I've created or colored these beautiful bamboo shards that I have received from my friend in Indonesia. And I haven't shot these ones. As you can see, the point is still intact because they are quite fragile on the hard targets I have. So I can let explode wooden arrows on a foam target on a short distance. So minimum distance should be 15 meters, or you have a hay ball somewhere. I don't have any hay here. The Stramit cube is not working with these arrows, so this is the reason why they look still fine. I had created a nice set of arrows, but these are history. So I will use arrows of my husband because he doesn't shoot often, and so these arrows look pretty much okay. According to what I've measured on the rig, the arrow should have not 300 grain per pound, but what I've measured with the scale directly, I should use more or heavier arrows. So we just measured 37 pound at 28 inches, and recommended according to Bamboo Archery for the short bow like this and the short Zias like this. Should be 10 grain per pound, but since it's fiberglass, you can calculate 20% off. So it's easier to calculate 8 grain per pound with the draw weight you have actually on your finger. And these are 37 multiplied with 8. These arrows are fine with 316, 315, and so we got to go with these ones. So this is the recommended arrow weight. You can go higher, no problem. I can do a few shots with less arrow weight. Yeah, that would be okay for the bow a few times, but not regularly. And so I don't use arrows below the recommended weight. Okay, let's shoot. Only 2 points I have forgotten to mention is the SiKiti has been built by Numair Archery. He doesn't build it anymore, so the successor is the Sitian, if not mistaken. And the brace height from here to the string is 6.6 inches, what I've measured today. Now I show you the handle. So from here to there it's 7 inches. The arrow passes exactly here, where you can see I've scratched my leather as well. And it sits like this in the hand. So here. It's quite deep. And the circumference is 5 inches. So it's a quite large handle and fits even larger hands. Okay. First, I try Slavic release. Since I'm not used to the style, it will look a bit strange. Okay, right. So I didn't warm up myself, and I think it should be okay. So this is a body hit, a bit too low. So I always start at a short distance. So this is approximately 7 meters again. This is even a bit higher. So the sound, you can hear the fiberglass here inside. So it has a vibration, of course, which all fiberglass bows have. But shooting is very nice. No arrows left. So I show you here in the Slavic style. Yeah. Very nice curves. And what you might have noticed already is that this bow comes higher than this one. Yeah, Cosma is really fast on the Slavic release. So he has this flying quiver and he just takes it here and then he's already done. In the time I have taken the arrow from the quiver, adjust it here, knock it in, put my fingers on the right place. He has already shot 3 or 5 arrows. That's a pretty good hit. In the kill zone. This is not. So if you try to be fast, although you're not ready, just don't do it. Show you the first one. The first counts, and this is in the center. Okay, we are here now at the 11-meter line, approximately. So. Body hit. So the 3D target, so if you count at 3D targets, first hit, in center is 15 points, body hit first arrow is 12 points, and then it gets less. Same spot more or less, and it's a bit tricky here to hold. Why is it? It's a bit too high. Show you. So you see, 2 first body hits in the last knot. Approximately 12.5 meters. It's a body hit close to the center area. This is below. The last one was in target. Not only in target, but in center. Ah, that counts. Okay, this is new for me. It's a new chronograph that I've bought. I had first attempt a Chinese version, and it wasn't able to switch to feet per second. Whatever I tried all versions that are available via YouTube or other recommendations, it was just not working. And so I decided to get a proper measurement tool, and that I have seen in a video by Lukas Nawalny, and I thought if it's good for him, then it might be useful for me as well. Okay. $150.3, 158. I don't believe that. 186.5. We try this again. 158.9. 161.1. 160.3. I think these are reasonable values, and so approximately 160, around that, with a recommended arrow weight at approximately 28 inches. So my draw Slavic release is up to here. We should measure that moment. Okay, just crossed my mind that my draw length in Slavic release is shorter than a thumb draw. So we have now here the measurement arrow. So up to here I can go. At least I think it's okay. Yeah. So if I just get out to my max, then it's 28 inches. So what I've told you before is correct. These are the values for 28 inches draw length, with the arrows of 315 grain, and what we have measured today, around 37-38 pound at 28 inches. I think that's okay. Fast shooting Slavic release style is, for those who practice it, no problem. It's easy. And you can do it from horseback, standing, walking, whatsoever. So if you want to see running archery with Slavic release, just go to Charlie Greenberg. He's the one who can teach you everything about running archery, Slavic release. And I don't know if they have some kind of finger protection. Charlie has now some kind of pads or silicone things you can put on the string so that it's easy for the fingers, because then you might be a bit more controlled instead of some kind of pad like this. Here it's indeed a bit tricky. If you load it, do it like this. If you load it, then you hold the arrow like this, and then you go, and suddenly, yeah, sometimes it works good, and sometimes it's just whatsoever. I'm used to this one. Okay, but nevertheless, the SiKiti is shot today Slavic release style, and so I need to deal with it. Next topic, reverse draw. Can we do it? Why not? Okay. Yup. Without whistling. Yo. And last one. Ah, that last one was off. I'll show you. Oh, 2 body hits and 1 a bit higher. Crane archery. Mind good stand. So nothing where you just think the whole time, oh, just take a good stand. And I stand a bit differently. So if I have 2 legs and 2 feet I want to stand on, I have a quite open stand. And if it's only the left foot, I just use another angle like this instead of this. Oh, that was in the center. Body hit. It was a bit off on the back. Sorry, blind knocking is not working in the moment like this. Body hit close to the center area. That's far away. This was I'll show you. Here we are. Last one was the one off. So what do I think of my SiKiti bow? It's a very charming bow. Fiberglass, yes, and fiberglass always has a bit of vibration due to the material and technology. So if you pull the string like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, gone. So long I can feel the vibration in the bow. But it's no problem if you do cutter. So I like to do it sideways, but you can also do it like this, no problem. I prefer this because then the string is out of the way, so I cannot hit myself if I don't do something weird or so. So if I do it normally, yeah, then it's no problem at all, even Slavic style. And here for the Slavic style and the step, it's a bit tricky for me. When I started archery with recurve takedowns, I always used the tap, and knocking in an arrow was always, yeah, you put it on the shelf, then you put it back, then you go to the string, you find the correct spot, and then you just use the tap that you have, 3 fingers under or split finger, whatsoever. And here it's similar. You have the arrow, knock in, and then you have it, that's fine. It's like thumb release, and usually then you go this and it's safe. Yeah? And here it's a bit, yeah, sometimes I just make it loose here somehow and then it doesn't work. And the tap is not so precise like a thumb ring or the thumb draw, because I have here this material that needs to be overcome by the string. It's okay. So if I don't have developed, like I did, the skin for Slavic release bare-handed, then this is what I have to protect my fingers. Or you can just add silicone pads here. These are, you can buy them relatively cheaply. You need to fiddle it in the string or on the string. Then you have 1 up and 2 low. For Slavic release, you always only use the lower. But you can use the other one, the top one, to instead of a knocking point. Yeah, so it's clear where the arrow knocks in. This is all fine and has nothing to do with the bow. So it's just the way of pulling and releasing. The bow itself, as you can see, has very nice shapes. And this bow is shorter than my biocomposite Sitian and much shorter than the Dacian, who is also Sitian style. So this is the smallest of those. As I said in the beginning, bending length of 37 inches in total. Yeah, it's okay. There are bows with less or equal bending lengths. So this is all fine. And craftsmanship-wise, I like this cover material very much. It looks like birch bark, but it isn't. You can see it maybe here a bit, some kind of fabric. And maybe it's cork glued on, I don't know. Can be artificial, can be natural, I have no idea. this string it looks quite rough, and the look is nice. What I didn't like, this is the reason why I covered it, was the original leather for the handle. That looks a bit boring. But as you can see, there are easy ways to modify, and this is completely removable. So in case Numair would do something else or would like to see the bow as it was before, no problem. I can remove everything and you cannot see it, that I have done it. And yeah, what else? Bow draws very nicely up to the 28 inches. Show you here the shape again. So like this. And up to here it's very nice. So, and I don't draw it further. So then it really gets hard. Then I'm easily more than 40 pounds, and it's not necessary to do so. And the bow is not built for this. What else? You can see here the string bridges. They're a bit worn out, so they have been covered by leather. The forces that are onto it here are much too strong for a bit of leather. Yeah, so this is the typical, these are typical traces of using a bow. Yeah, this is no problem whatsoever, and these string bridges work fine. The bow is still straight. Yeah, you can see it here, maybe not. It was never an issue with straightness, and twisting, no problem whatsoever. Stringing the bow, easy. And even if you have this shape here in the handle, which is usually not easy to string and unstring, the bow doesn't twist. Yeah, so I cannot twist them. I can only use this, but I can't twist the bow. So it's user-friendly for stringing. So the bow doesn't slap around your neck, so this is really good. What else? Yeah, it's durable, as we can see. So the bow is now more than 2 years old and has no issues whatsoever. Shoots nicely. I always make sure that I use the correct arrow weight. Higher is always better, less not so much. The speed is moderate, so I think it's okay. 160 feet per second is not a speed monster, but yeah, this is, I don't expect it. Yeah, so I have no reference yet. Other bows I have shot with the same speed. We see over the time, now since I have the Crony, we see how fast the other bows are. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Have a good start into the week, and fingers crossed for our friends in the Ukraine. Thank you.